It is 4 a.m. and I can't sleep. So I'm going to do another breakdown of the mom's testimony. It'd be Malehya Brooks-Murray from the missing children, Lily and Jack Sullivan. I think it's important to say their names and not to call them the children or the kids too often. I have to interrupt once in a while, otherwise the video might get taken down for copyright purposes, so forgive me if I ever interrupt. I will be breaking it down again.
I'm just staying as hopeful as possible. I want them home. I want to hold them. And I want them home. What happened was we woke up, I heard them playing in the next room beside us, and I was drifting in and out of sleep. And they're not the type of kids that we tell them not to go outside on their own. We always make sure that we're out there with them, watching them. And they happen to just get out that sliding door, and we can't hear it when it opens. And they were outside playing, but we weren't aware of it at the time. And the next thing we knew, it was quiet, and we get up, and I tell him, my partner, Daniel, I tell him, "Do you hear the kids?" And he says, "No." And we get up instantly. We're looking outside. We're looking everywhere, yelling for them. And I instantly just call 911. I just had the instinct I needed to call. They're both really go-lucky children. They're so sweet.
As a parent, I would say I want them home alive and well. As a parent who thinks that that is a possibility. She begins by saying she knew they were in the house and she was falling in and out of sleep, which leads into her telling what kind of parent she is to the kids. They're not the type of kids that we tell them not to go outside, and we're usually out there. We're out there watching them. As a father of young kids, I see a mom telling people what kind of parent she is, not asking for help for her children. Red flag that she is focusing on herself.
We always make sure that we're out there with them.
We always make sure we are out there with them. Oh man, I missed that before. Always is a quantifier. In fact, always is almost always a lie. Because nothing shy of gravity, death, and taxes always happens. There's an exception to every rule. We're always out there with them. Except this time. We already know that statement, "we're always out there with them," has to be a lie. The next quantifier, they happen to just get out that sliding door. Minimizing. We didn't do anything. It was them. They just got out. They just got out. What'd you do? They just got out. What are you talking about? They just got out the sliding door. We're not responsible because we can't hear it. We couldn't hear it. We can't hear it. We can't. She actually says we can't. In the present tense, she says we can't. She actually switches from the sliding door. They went out the sliding door to "we can't hear it." That's a minor red flag. Minor red flag. Whew. They were outside playing. That's fair enough. At some point in time, I'm sure they were. But we weren't aware of that. She didn't even need to do that to say that. Or did she? It doesn't make sense. But we didn't know that. Then how do you know they were outside playing? She contradicts herself right there. They were outside playing, but we didn't know that. The next thing we knew, that reminds me of a movie. The movie is Will Ferrell, Stranger Than Fiction. Little did he know, the next thing we knew, we were ambushed. The next thing we knew, and she stutters. It's like she wants to tell us something, and she's about to tell us something, and she stutters over what she wants to tell us, and then she just tells us something vague. it was quiet. Next thing you knew, it was all quiet. And she slips into the present tense again. And we get up and I tell, and he says, present tense, up until the point where she says, I instantly call 911. If you did a bunch of things before calling 911, you couldn't instantly call 911. That quantifier makes no sense if you actually searched and called. If you did all this stuff, you couldn't have called instantly 911. That doesn't add up. That vague timeline and those statements can't be true at the same time. When your child is hurt or in trouble, and you know it, it's not an instinct.
And I instantly just call 911. I just had the instinct I needed to call.
Trying to convince us that it's an instinct is completely unnecessary. I called 911. You don't need an excuse. You don't need a reason at this point in time to call 911. You've got all the reason you need to call 911. It doesn't have to be some false claim of a gut instinct. She's trying to convince us, again, that she's a good mom.
They talk to anyone. They'll talk your ear off. They will speak to anyone in a store. Everyone. They're just extremely sweet kids. I appreciate the huge search effort going on right now. But we've been pushing for an Amber Alert, which hasn't been issued. Not just that they could possibly be abducted, which it is a possibility that they could have been, but just an alert to let everyone know that they are missing. We had people text me saying that they weren't aware, someone else let them know that they were missing, and it would just be nice if everyone could be alerted.
All these are past tense. No present tense.
We thought maybe that we found tracks, but it's still uncertain. It's been raining and they're probably soaking wet, but with the sun today, I'm hopeful that they are feeling warm. We're all filled with pain and sorrow because we just want them found. We want them home. Everyone loves them. They are definitely verbal, and they do have possible autism, but it's not extreme autism. It's just they have issues with school, and they don't catch up with the other kids. I just want to remain hopeful. But there's always, in a mother's mind, you're always thinking the worst.
I just want to remain hopeful. That means she's not hopeful. That means the day after she's not hopeful, I had to interject. I just want to remain hopeful. That means you're not hopeful, but you want to.
Last night was one of the worst nights because I didn't have them in their beds. And I don't want to go through that another night without them. And I don't want to go through that another night without them.
I don't want to go through them another night without them. I don't want to go through them another night without them. She never turns to the camera. She's got an opportunity to beseech the entire world for help for looking for her kids. She never pleads once for help. She says, "Thank you for the help." It's, but we want an Amber Alert, which means they've been kidnapped. They were pushing for a kidnap theme. She was actually pushing a narrative during that. The kids. We are all filled with pain and sorrow, not I. Speaking as a group of people, never the singular I. Never, as she goes along. We are all filled with pain and sorrow. We just want them found, not alive, not well, found, period. We want them home, not alive, not well, home, period. Everyone loves them, not I love them, not I love you. Everyone loves them. They have autism, blame the kids. They don't catch up to the other kids, blame the kids. I just want to remain hopeful means I'm not hopeful, but I would like to be. Last night was one of the worst nights because I didn't have them in their beds. Last night was one of the worst nights because the kids weren't home and they had to spend a night not in their beds. Not you, Mom.
It's because I didn't have them in their beds.
And I don't want to go through that another night.
And I don't want to go through that another night without them.
I don't want to go through them another night without them. The more I listen, the worse it gets.